Today is the start of Steelers organized team activities for the 2024 offseason. And today, before they get going at practice today, and we get those awesome clips of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields slinging that pill at the Steelers facility today, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 storylines heading into OTAs this year. 5 things to watch out for here over this first week of organized team activities. But before we get into it today, make sure you join us right now and click that subscribe button, because we're going to have extensive coverage of the first week of Steelers OTAs all throughout this week, breaking down all the latest takeaways, all the things that you guys need to know, where guys are lining up, who's running with the ones, the twos, all that different kind of stuff. We're going to have it for you guys right here on the channel. So make sure you click that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing day one takeaways later today. You're not going to want to miss that. So make sure you click that subscribe button. Okay, so now let's start by going over the schedule for this week. The OTAs are going to be held Tuesday through Thursday. So we're going to get some clips of, the new Steelers, the rookies, and the veterans coming together here for their first organized team activities of this new NFL campaign. I can't wait to get going, and we're going to have extensive coverage right here on Steelers Talk. So let's go to our first storyline here, which is going to be the quarterback rep split. And what I mean by this is, how many reps does Russell Wilson get with the first team? How many reps does Justin Fields get with the first team? Does Justin get work with the scout team and the twos? How much exactly are they going to get work in? Is Russ going to get some work in with the twos or just the ones? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered this week. And, based on the amount of reps that they get with each squad, it's going to tell us a lot about how they feel about these two quarterbacks heading into this season. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN has this to say about the quarterback situation heading into the week. Russell Wilson has pole position of the number 1 spot, according to head coach Mike Tomlin, going into OTAs. But Justin Fields, expect him to get a lot of reps. The Steelers, I'm told they love to get their backup quarterbacks reps, sometimes the first team, second team, scout teams. They're going to move Fields all over to get him a lot of throws early on. Now, here's the deal, folks. This is not an open competition at quarterback, at least not right now. It could devolve into that if Russell Wilson is not performing well and or Justin Fields is absolutely balling out, either during these OTAs or during training camp or during the preseason. But I do expect Fields to get a lot of reps. They want him to be ready. They want to see what his progression from, I believe it's year 3 to year 4 now in the National Football League is. And, they want to see what they have in the young man as much as possible. And I think they have a pretty good idea of what they have in Russ. So I do think Wilson is going to get most of the first team reps, but I do think Fields is going to get on the field with the ones a little bit. And he's going to get pretty much all the work with the twos, and he might even get some scout team work as well. So I expect a lot of Justin Fields clips to come out of Steelers OTAs this week. So let me know down there in the comments section, is Russell Wilson going to be able to hold off Justin Fields for the entirety of this season? Who is going to finish the season as the Steelers starting quarterback? Type RW if you think it's going to be Russell Wilson, or type JF for Justin Fields. Keep in mind, if you're saying Justin Fields here, it probably means the Steelers disappoint this season. I'm just going to say that right now. And the Steelers probably don't make the playoffs if Justin Fields is the Week 18 starter. Just letting you guys know that right now, but that's going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by letting me know who you think finishes the season as the Steelers QB1. The second storyline that I'm keeping my eye on this week is what the pecking order is going to look like at the wide receiver position. Obviously, it's been a little bit underwhelming what they've done at the wide receiver position this offseason, but you do get Roman Wilson out of Michigan in the 3rd round this year, and it really seems like they really believe in this kid. They think that he can be a number 2 receiver in this league right away. Now, the question is, where does he start this journey of his with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is he going to get first-team reps as the true number 2 receiver to George Pickens? Or is he going to have to play behind Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin III and Scotty Miller and Quez Watkins to start and then work his way up? It's going to be interesting to see which group Roman is working with to start. I don't think he's going to be with the ones immediately, but I do expect him to get up to that bona fide number 2 wide receiver spot by the end of the preseason. Because he is the second most talented player on this team, and you need to put the most talented players on the field, especially for a team looking to win now. So coming up here, I got 3 more OTA storylines for you guys to keep your eye on this week during the first week of organized team activities. But before we get into that, we talked about Russell Wilson earlier, and if you're a big believer in him, you think he's going to get this team to double-digit wins in their first playoff win, and it seems like forever at this point. Go to chatsports.com/Russ to get your official number 3 Steelers jersey with Russell Wilson's name on the back there. I know mine is on its way right now. Can't wait to rock that during Steelers game days this year. If you want yours right now, use our link, chatsports.com/Russ. If you use that link and make a purchase, Fanatics will know that we sent you, and they will help out the channel. So if you want to support the channel today, you want to get a Russell Wilson jersey, just go to chatsports.com/Russ and get your jersey today. So now the third storyline here is, will Troy Fautanu and Zach Frazier be lining up with the ones? And this is a similar question to the Roman Wilson question here, because I do think by week 1, both Frazier and Fautanu will be named the starters, both at center and then probably right tackle in the case of Fautanu. They moved Fautanu over to the right side for rookie minicamp. I expect to see him there during OTAs. It looks like the team is going to be moving Broderick Jones from right tackle, where he played last season, over to left tackle, where he played his college ball. I do expect the lineup on the screen right now to be the starting lineup week 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, you still got guys like Dan Moore Jr. and Nate Herbig, some guys that have had playing experience in this league before. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever to see Herbig get the first snap at center with the first teamers, and then Broderick to be on the right side with Dan Moore Jr. getting the first snap at left tackle, at least for the time being. But it's going to be interesting to see how this situation evolves over the course of the offseason. Now, storyline number 4 here, who's going to be playing at slot corner specifically with the number 1 squad, okay? Because there's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different ways the Steelers can manage this position, because obviously they don't have a cemented answer right now. Deshaun Elliott is somebody with a lot of experience playing in the slot. They still have DeMonte KZ, who started for this team last year. So do they put Minka at free safety, then DeMonte at strong safety, then Deshaun Elliott at slot corner to start here? That'll be interesting. Minka, they could move him to slot corner and be more of like an overhang type player there. Anthony Averett, the guy that the Steelers signed after rookie minicamp, he has mostly experience on the outside, but he's got an interesting skill set that could translate to the slot. Beanie Bishop Jr. is somebody that Omar Khan, the Steelers GM, has said that is going to have an opportunity to play slot corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Beanie Bishop has said at rookie minicamp that he's excited about the opportunity. Josiah Scott is somebody that has a little bit of experience in the slot. He might get the first rep with the ones this year. And then Dante Jackson. I mean, if they want to bring in a guy like Stephon Gilmore or somebody else to play on the outside, or if Corey Trice Jr. ascends up the depth chart during this offseason process, could they move Dante Jackson to the slot? He's a bit smaller. He's got great short area quickness, really physical. He kind of fits what a Mike Tomlin slot corner could look like. But honestly, guys, I have no idea what the Steelers are going to do. Like I said, they have a lot of different options at their disposal, and they could probably make it work with a lot of different options that they currently have in-house. But if you ask me, guys, I think the most likely scenario is they're going to sign Cam Sutton at some point this offseason, and he's going to be their starting slot. Now, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. If you are a real one, you watch our videos, you've subscribed to the channel, you appreciate the work that we put in every single day to give you guys the best damn Steelers coverage on YouTube, 100% free every single day. Then the final storyline I'm going to be looking at is DeMarvin Leal, and where and how does he play? Because I've said this multiple times on the channel, guys, it's do or die time for this guy. It really is. You drafted him in the middle rounds as a project, somebody that is kind of a bit of a tweener. He's kind of too big to be a true defensive end, a little bit too small to be a true defensive tackle, and he just hasn't found a home. And he hasn't really got much playing time. And it's getting to the point here where it's like, you better find a home here, DeMarvin, or you're not going to be on the roster for much longer. Plain and simply. He's very physically talented. I'm rooting like heck for him. I hope that he can turn it around and be a really nice rotational piece for this football team this year, namely at 5 technique, where I think he's probably the best, kind of in relief of Larry Ogunjobi, that kind of role. But it's going to be interesting to see where he finds a home to start the OTA period. Now, predict it for me down there in the comments section. Do you think DeMarvin Leal will make the final roster this year, or do you think he'll get cut/put on the practice squad? Let me know down there in the comments section. Give me a yes or no on what you think about DeMarvin Leal. That'll be it for today's show, guys. I really do appreciate your support. If you want more updates from me, I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff from OTAs all throughout the day. You can find me at Jack_Sperry for that additional Steelers content, and then also on IG at @sparedog.football. Make sure you click that subscribe button because, again, we're going to be getting you guys another video later today, breaking down my takeaways from day one of Steelers organized team activities later today in Pittsburgh. So make sure you click that subscribe button to never miss that content.